welcome to the stage our Master of Ceremonies for the 2017 TIVA Peer Awards, Lamont Easter.
Welcome to the 2017 TIVA Peer Awards. Tonight, we celebrate the best of Washington's creative community. There's so much to celebrate, so let's get right to it by welcoming TIVA President Todd Clark and Vice President Chris Myers to the stage.
So I just want to say thank you for being here. Welcome back to the Embassy of France. Tonight really is what I've heard people talk about in the reception, a chance to connect as a community across creative bridges, across visionary bridges. We are all stakeholders in some respects in each other's lives, in our professional pursuits. So tonight is that one time it seems to come together in an unusual way where you see colleagues you haven't seen over the years, you meet new folks you may be working with down the street, and you have a chance to see work which really does stand out for its creative excellence. The theme that I put together revolves around this notion that we are all storytellers. And as authentic storytellers, it is our duty, our passion, our challenge, our responsibility to build healthy communities. So tonight, I see a healthy community. You are all wonderful storytellers. Thank you for being here.
Ditto. My name is Christopher Myers. I'm the Vice President of TIVA. This is my first year as Vice President. Last year I was the Marketing Chair, so you might know me as that annoying guy who sends all the emails to everybody over and over again. But I just wanted to say that last year Todd asked me to be his Vice President to run for it, and I told him that I would do so only on one term, that he really lead us to put together the most amazing peer awards, that's what I thought was the crux of what our organization would eventually get to. And looking at it right today, I think he did it. So I'm so excited for tonight.
So to continue our program and moving right along, I'm trying to establish a trend here of short, effective remarks. I'd like to welcome to the stage our past president, our current president emeritus, Mr. Brian Wilbur Grunstrom. Brian?
Good evening, everybody. I'd like to make an introduction to our host tonight, the Embassy of France and Marie-Hélène Zavala. So Marie, if you could make your way to the stage, please. Alors, bienvenue à l'ambassade de France. Je veux remercier tout le monde ici pour accueillir chaleureusement les Français. Many thanks to Marie-Hélène and all the embassy staff for their friendship, and to Café Descartes for the lovely dinner, right? Let's hear it for Café Descartes. J'espère que vous allez bien amuser ce soir. I hope that you enjoy the spectacular celebration of excellence. Nous allons célébrer l'excellence ce soir. Félicitations à tout le monde. Congratulations to everyone on outstanding achievements tonight. And that's everybody. Okay, Marie-Hélène?
Bravo, Brian, for your French. My accent is not very good, but you have a good French accent.
Merci.
Bonsoir. Good evening, and dear guests. On behalf of the Embassy of France, I am really delighted to welcome you all tonight at La Maison Française. It is an honor for us, for the Embassy, to host the TIVA Peer Awards for the third consecutive year. It looks like this house is becoming TIVA's home. Don't you agree? This room is a wonderful venue to celebrate television, video, and internet storytelling. As you know, France is considered the birthplace of filmmaking. The Lumière brothers were born in Besançon, which is the city where I went to high school and started university. And almost 125 years after the first true motion picture was released in Lyon, French filmmaking industry is still very strong. Cinema is a worldwide industry, and the bridges among nations in this field are everywhere. France is delighted to help celebrate tonight all the professionals striving for excellence. Let me congratulate all of the award finalists and recipients of the 2017 TIVA Peer Awards. I want to salute this night their creativity and wish all the best to all of those individuals and studios whose achievements are about to be recognized tonight. I wish you all a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Maria. And now, we'd like to bring up the Deputy Director of DC's Office of Cable Television, Film, Music, and Entertainment, Herbert Niles.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Everyone looks fantastic. So I just want to make this brief. On behalf of the Mayor, Mayor Muriel Bowser, and the Director of the Office of Cable Television, Film, Music, and Entertainment, I want to welcome all of the nominees and the future award winners, the members of TIVA, and the entire creative community that are here. Part of the mission of OCTFME is to support this industry, to support the media professionals in that industry. And so we're very proud. I think this is our 4th year being a sponsor of this event. I just want to thank everyone and congratulate everyone for this wonderful evening and for all the wonderful work you do for our creative community. Good evening.
Each year, from the far reaches of the known universe, but mostly from in and around the 395 Beltway, arrives the superlative submissions of the 2017 TIVA Peer Awards. Prepare yourselves to celebrate excellence in achievement and beyond.
All right, let's get this awards gala underway. Following our theme of excellence in storytelling, let me briefly explain how we got here tonight. Our judges reviewed all of the hundreds of peer award entries. I want to pause for a minute here and ask everyone to give our judges, some of whom may even be here tonight, a hearty round of applause. Stand up if you're here, judges. The peer award entries are judged using rigid standards based on merit, not competition. I'll repeat, this is not a competition, so awards may not have been given in every category. And where awards are decided, there may not be a gold or silver, but only a bronze, or perhaps 3 golds. Remember, everything is based on merit. This is not a competition. But before we get to our first awards, I'd like to invite a special guest to the stage. Please help me welcome Vincent B. Orange Sr., the President and CEO of the DC Chamber of Commerce.
Bonsoir. Good evening, everyone. It is really a delight and an honor for me to have this opportunity to be here this evening. As indicated, my name is Vincent Orange. I'm the president and CEO of the DC Chamber of Commerce, and I'm pleased to be here tonight with our board secretary, Lisa Cohen. And this is really exciting for me because for the past 3 years, I've been unable to attend. In my prior role, I had oversight over the movie industry here in the nation's capital, but the TIVA Awards was always during the time that I was in London for the British Business Improvement District's conference. But this year I am available, and this is really an outstanding evening. You all look magnificent, and it's great to be in the Embassy of France. It just so happens in the DC Chamber of Commerce, we just issued our International Business Guide, the French version, and they're out front, so please pick up your copy if you want to do business in the nation's capital. We are the place that a lot of people come in and they film our monuments, they do all these great things, and then they go somewhere else. But we want to make sure that they stay here and that the industry continues to grow and prosper here in the nation's capital. So let's give Todd Clark a great round of applause and TIVA for all the great things that they're doing. And the DC Chamber of Commerce, we support the industry, and I'm sure you'll be hearing more from TIVA and the DC Chamber as we work together to make DC the place to be. Thank you all so much. Have a great evening.
Good evening. I am honored to bring remarks on behalf of Women in Film and Video in DC, Maryland, and Virginia. We do cover all three of the areas. We are an educational nonprofit providing professional and personal development opportunities for every level of a person in the industry. We're almost 40 years old. Yes, we're almost 4 decades into doing this work. We're so excited to say that we've been able to sustain ourselves this long, and we hope to be here 40 more years. These years have been filled with passion, tenacity, ambition, and determination as we make our way in this film and video industry. I hope you have a great evening and continue to do the work. Thank you.
And now, let's get to the awards. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Mark McKinnon.
And thanks to Lamont, and thanks to Todd and Brian for inviting me back here. This is my second time at the TIVA-DC Awards. So, our first award category is the Peer Promise Award. The Peer Promise offers a chance for high school-age individuals to have their work be considered as a part of the professional judging process. Despite their youth, their work displays a remarkable level of maturity and skill. The sponsor of the Peer Promise is Duo Media. Let's take a look at their reel. One more time for them. Could the following awardees please come to the stage? John Barnes, Quillan Ardeen DeLay, and Kate Leiden. Saul Singleton, Marwan Muhammad and Thomas Stevens, Joel Liss, Sam Duran, and Zachary Polly. Matt Glennon, Lily Daroff, Maya Trombley, and Joe Bowers. There are 5 Peer Promise Bronze Awards this year. The first goes to John Barnes, Kulan Ardeen Dalali and Kate Leiden for Dry Spell. The second goes to Saul Singleton for Foster. Now we have a double bronze award winner in Marwan Muhammad and Thomas Stevens for Phil and Bob Goes to Russia. And Phil and Bob teach how to get a free drone. The fifth bronze award goes to Joel Liss, Sam Duran, and Zachary Polly for The Salesman. There are two Peer Promise Silver Awards this year. Marwan Muhammad and Thomas Stevens for Phil and Bob Visit the Apple Store. Director Lily Dariff, starring Maya Trombley and Joe Bowers for Symphonies of Silence. And now the Lone Gold Award this year goes to Matt Gannon for Invisible. There are 3 peer awards to present in the category Student Production Nonfiction. Can the following people make their way to the stage? Emma DeCall, Dongfeng Nengong, Kent W., Elizabeth K., Sam S., Rafi P., Sarah L., Chelsea G., Zinxie S., Tony B., and Dua N. Make your way on down. A bronze peer goes to Emma DeCall for her film, Briscoe, Man of Science and Substance. A silver peer award goes to Kent W., Elizabeth K., Sam S., Rafi P., Sarah L., Chelsea G., Zinxie S., Tony B., and Dua N for their film, Keeping the Potomac, The Politics of Water. And the Gold Peer Award goes to Dongfeng Nengong for the film, The Story of Us, Incense Making.
较有欢喜的时阵是讲吼，了后迄阵啊吼，生理有较好，啊了后到现在这几年吼，就是拢过较歹去啊，要一半以上啊。
Our next category is Children's Program. The work may be for a small audience, but the talent displayed is oversized. Will Robin Noonan Price please come on down? A bronze goes to Robin Noonan Price, producer for Meet the Author, Brad Meltzer. This next category illustrates that you don't need a huge budget to put our great work out there. For documentary, budgets under $50,000, we have 3 awards. Up to the stage, could we please have James Favada, Ellen Church, Phil Eisenberg, Young Yang, and James Luzau. And can we also have Mark Fasazzo, Louis Blandon, and Dennis Bonney, 522 Productions. A bronze goes to James Favada, Ellen Church, Phil Eisenberg, and Young Yang, and James Luzau for I'm Ready. And we have 2 silver award winners, Mark Fastazzo, Louis Blandon, and Dennis Bonney for #George Washington. 522 Productions for American Institute of Architects, Nashville, RUDAT. For documentary budget over $50,000, we have 2 awards. Could Dennis Jacobson, John R. Davison, and Bill Davis, and representatives from the Rocket Media Group and the Federal Bureau of Investigations come on up? From the Rocket Media Group and Federal Bureau of Investigation, a gold award for active shooter managing the mass casualty threat.
Police arrived on the scene 90 seconds after the first 911 call.
Team 6, we got another person outside shot in the leg of female. I got people running out of the theater that are shot. Get us some damn gas masks for Theater 9. We can't get in it.
It was quite chaotic. There was a lot of people outside in the parking lot. The movie was still playing. The fire alarms were going off.
And another gold award goes to the Director of Audio, Dennis Jacobson, Senior Sound Designer, John R. Davison, and the Director of Creative Editing, Bill Davis, for The Making of the Vietnam War, a film by Ken Burns and Lynn Novick.
When we approached the target, coming down from altitude, it was obvious that they could pick us up on their radar. I remember my knees shaking, and I was saying, holy smokes, I'm going into war. This is war. I was a bit scared. Once we went in, and they started firing at us.
One more time. Now let's welcome back Mr. Lamont.
Congratulations to the award recipients. Now I'd like to welcome Brian Frankel to the stage. Brian has a long list of titles, including Festival Director of the Wheaton Film Festival, Executive Director of DC Filmmakers, Board of Directors for Washington Area Lawyers for the Arts, and Entertainment Attorney. Brian Frankel.
Hello, TIVA community. How are we doing tonight?
Yeah.
I think we can do better. How are we doing tonight?
Yeah.
So before I get started, I do just want to say congratulations to the entrants, to the winners, to the honorees. I want to thank our veterans for their service and their sacrifice. And I want to thank Todd and the entire TIVA team for the work that they put in to make this event so special. So tonight we're celebrating community, our community, and the power really that it brings. And so community has the ability to lift us up, to protect us, and to help elevate everyone who is in our community. And so I guess my aspects of what I do and who I'm involved with would be threefold. The first is that I work with the Wheaton Film Festival. So I'm the executive director. And what that means is in Montgomery County, we actually have 3 arts and entertainment districts. One would be Bethesda, another would be Silver Spring, and another would be Wheaton. Now, Wheaton traditionally has been underserved, and so we said we want to bring art and entertainment there. We want to show films from the DC and Mid-Atlantic region. And so that's what we do. We shine a spotlight on films. We include educational programming, and we bring stuff to the Wheaton community. The next thing that we do is DC Filmmakers. DC Filmmakers, we empower dreams. Somebody says, I want to make movies, I want to be an actor, I want to be a filmmaker, I've never done it before, I need a community that's going to help me learn and going to help me get off the couch and actually do this stuff. And I'm really proud to say that Lamont's first speaking role in a movie was in a DC Filmmakers project. And oh my gosh, what a great ride it's been from there.
We won.
You did win. So I've spoken to you about Whedon Film Festival, and I've spoken to you about DC Filmmakers. Now, the final one that I'm going to speak about, which is last, but is certainly not least, is the Washington Area Lawyers for the Arts, WALA. When I came up here in 2007, I had the privilege of starting to volunteer with WALA. And then they asked me to start teaching educational programming. And then they recruited me to the board of directors. And then they said, why don't you take over being the person who supervises and runs and quarterbacks with educational programming. So we have an amazing team at WALA. We do so much with bootstrapped resources. We put on over 40 educational events a year, and we provide legal services to the creative community. So if somebody's trying to bridge this idea of entertainment being a business and wanting to build a career and figure out how do I do that, that is Washington Area Lawyers for the Arts. So these are my three pieces of the community that I have time to work with. And I'm going to leave you with these words. Do more. It is your job as a member of this community to do more. And I will suggest that one of the most powerful ways to do that is mentorship. So if you are a person and you need help, then your job is to reach out in your community and let the people ahead of you in that path help you. And if you are at a place in your career where you understand, you've learned, you've paid your dues, your job is to give back. Your job is to find someone and help them develop. And I will say this, if the generation coming after us is not skilled, if they are not empowered, if they are not elevated, it is not they who suffer most, but we. And on that note, thank you for your time, thank you for your attention, and thank you for being a part of this amazing community we have here.
Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you, man. Thank you, Brian. That was wonderful and absolutely so apropos. With all the talent that we have in here and the years of experience, allowing others to shadow you is a tremendous way to bring the young up and allow them to learn some of the skills that you have. Let's give away a few more awards, shall we? I'd like to welcome to the stage Deborah Ayurande.
We used luminol and found traces of blood in Mr. Stokes' shower, even though it had been heavily bleached.
Stand up and walk out.
It's a good thing you got this high-powered flunky. I'm about to nail your ass to the wall.
It was Luke Cage.
Let's just stay here.
Thank you. Yes. Living as close as we do to our nation's capital, our next category, government, is an easy one to identify with. For the category, government, budget under $25,000, could we please have Brian Monroe and Jenna Duberstein come to the stage? Brian and Jenna are receiving a bronze award for their film, Electric Wind of Venus. For the category, Government, budget $25,000 to $100,000. Can I ask the following people to come to the stage? Representatives from 522 Productions. Lisa Layden, along with representatives from NASA, DMI, NASA Applied Science. The Bronze Award goes to 522 Productions for NASA, NIAC teaser. Lisa Layden, along with NASA DMI and the NASA Applied Science Program, have earned a Bronze Award for Sizing Up Floods from Space, NASA Science for the U.S. Flood Response. Lastly, Sarah Wides, Rob Kramer, Yun Yang, Tiffany Lewis, and Anthony Jacowe with a Silver Award for Make Global Local. For our next category, we have government, budget over $100,000. Could we please have representatives from the Rocket Media Group and the FBI return to the stage? For their film, Redemption, the Rocket Media Group, in collaboration with the Federal Bureau of Investigation, have earned the Gold Award.
Something I want to show you boys.
What the hell is that?
Tree of Liberty must be refreshed from time to time.
They say to teach is to love. In the education training budget under $25,000 category, let's give some love. Welcome Matt Fredericks, J.C. Tecklenburg, Wes Hunt, and Chris Morales to the stage. Matt, J.C., Wes, and Chris are receiving the Bronze Award for their film, Welcome to Janilia. Congratulations. In the category Education Training Budget $25,000 and over, we have 2 awardees earning 4 awards. Will the representatives from ASCD Digital Group and 522 Productions come on down? ASCD Digital Group has earned a trio of awards. 1 bronze for questioning for classroom discussion elementary, and a pair of silver awards for questioning for classroom discussion secondary and Don't Count Me Out. Meanwhile, we have a gold award winner, 522 Productions for Clark Constructions.
Safety starts and ends with each person on a Clark job site. This is the individual's responsibility. We're going to give every tool, every system,
in public relations and marketing under $10,000, these awardees have made a big impression. Let's ask 522 Productions to remain near the stage and ask Duo Media Productions and M2 Inspired to join them. .522 Productions receive a Bronze Award for its 522 Graphics Demo Reel. Duo Media Productions is being awarded a silver award for 3D Content Central. M2 Inspired also earns a silver award for the Edward M. Kennedy Institute for the United States Senate, in Senator Kennedy's own words, immigration. And finally, Duo Media Productions garners a gold award for a SolidWorks World 2017 promo.
After SolidWorks World 2016 last year, we can personally assure you that attending lets us explore cutting-edge technologies and allows us to network with fellow SolidWorks users and experts. This results in boosting our design productivity, which in turn enhances our company's success. It's an experience like no other.
We can attend hands-on technical sessions and breakouts that relate most directly to our work. The technical sessions alone cover a vast range of topics.
I think I'm sensing a trend. For the category, Public Relations and Marketing, $10,000 to $25,000. Let's have 522 Productions remain up here. And joining them, please welcome Krista Gino, Michael Pollack, and CTC Media Group, and Tori Furphy, Young Yang, Phil Eisenberg, Anthony Jacoe, and Jane Favada. With a silver award, Tori Furphy, Young Yang, and Phil Eisenberg, Anthony Jacoe, and James Favada for On Our Way Up. 522 Productions has earned a pair of silver awards, the first for Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption, It's Worth It. And the second, Fiscal Note Vision. Krista Gino, Michael Pollack, and C2C Media Group have earned a gold award for Metrology Program Recruitment Video.
Here at DCC, we train students to become the next generation of specialized inspectors in high-precision manufacturing environments. Students will acquire skills like blueprint reading, geometric tolerancing, inspecting parts to blueprints, CMM programming, CMM operation, and many other inspection skills. When I interviewed for the job here and walked through the building and saw the equipment, I immediately knew this is what doing it right looks like.
Now, Deborah, I see you sitting over there next to my beautiful wife, Mrs. McKinnon. You want to join me back up here on the stage? Can we show her some more love?
Hello again. All right. It is hard to overemphasize the importance of getting everyone in an organization on the same page. That's why we have the category for internal communications. First, internal communications under $10,000. Can I have the following folks come up front? Chad Vossen, Alyssa Vossen, and Ray Stanton. M2 Inspired, and Jay Mallon. M2 Inspired has earned a silver award for Solver. The other silver award goes to The Cobham Spirit by Jay Mallon. And finally, Chad Vossen, Alyssa Vossen, and Ray Stanton have garnered a gold award for Visa.
In today's cyber landscape, attacks by cybercriminals, hacktivists, and nation-states represent a global, persistent threat to businesses, governments, and consumers. To stay ahead, cyber defenders must have the tools to monitor an ever-expanding attack surface and quickly take action when threats emerge. Headquartered at Visa's Cyber Fusion Center in Virginia, Visa's cybersecurity team helps protect the Visa ecosystem against external and internal threats.
Next up are the Internal Communications Awards, $10,000 to $25,000. Kat Church, Tiffany Lewis, Yoon Yang, James Favada, and Dan Crane, please come to the stage. For IMIH, these 5 have earned a gold award. Let's give them a hand.
That goal of 3M, applying science to life, is the goal of industrial hygienists. I am Jessica Hauge, and I am an application engineer for 3M Personal Safety Division. These are my kids. Family is, I think, why we do what we do.
Lastly, among the Internal Communications Awards, we have one award for internal communications, $25,000 and over. I need Tori Furphy, Yoon Yang, Phil Eisenberg, James Favada, Rob Kramer, and Justin Kelly up here. Congratulations to this group who has earned a gold award for its Rise Up campaign.
How did you start at Home Depot?
Extended when I was a young man with hair on my head.
Yeah, and now you're full-time. So when did you become full-time?
Halfway through, so about 4 or 5 years ago.
So you started at the service desk part-time, worked your way through your career pathing, and now you're operations manager. If I'm not leading by example, telling my story, then it won't inspire others to know that they absolutely can do whatever they want, not just at the Home Depot, but in life in general. Then I was a cashier, now I'm a regional vice president.
When we are talking about videos that reach a wide audience for a good cause, we are talking about the public service announcement category. Tonight we have a bronze award to present. These folks sure are wearing a path to the stage. 522 Productions, please head up here. For their FHI Start Talking, Stop HIV, a bronze award goes to 522 Productions.
In the category of public relations and marketing, $25,000 to $100,000, we have a gold award. The gold peer award will go to 522 Productions for its Wedding Wire brand video. Let's see Wedding Wire. Now, wasn't that worth it? Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and ask Chris Myers to come forward to do a very special presentation of our Community Partner Award. Chris Myers, welcome to the stage.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. Thank you for the introduction. I am Chris Myers again. And I'm up here because I'm going to be presenting a very special award. I'm here to honor a great friend to TIVA who has for many years opened their doors for us for board meetings, panels, council support, and the list goes on and on and on. The award recognizes an individual or organization who has shown strong support and partnership with TIVA, who has helped TIVA strengthen and fulfill its mission to serve as a professional networking, marketing, advocacy, and educational organization, who has initiated collaborative ideas, projects, and other significant ways to be an advocate, partner, and collaborator with TIVA-DC. As we play their sizzle reel, could I please have the recipients of this year's Community Partner Award come to the stage? Interface Media Group.
What we do here is go back.
Thank you very much. I want to thank Chris and Todd and the entire TIVA board and everyone at TIVA for the prestigious honor. IMG is really proud to have partnered with TIVA since its inception over 30 years ago to help foster the multitude of talent here within the DC media production community. It's really awesome to see such a large and growing number of passionate, highly skilled creative folks here in the DC area actively participating in everything that TIVA has to offer. You know, a lot of people say to be successful in our industry, you have to be in New York or LA. However, TIVA, along with its partners, talented members, prove time and time again that just isn't the case. Am I right? Let's hear it from Maryland, DC, and Virginia. So whether it's mentoring students starting out in the production world, providing educational and leadership opportunities to the Mid-Atlantic media makers, hosting networking events which lead to job opportunities, or celebrating outstanding talent at the annual Peer Awards that we're all here for tonight, TIVA is and continues to be a valuable resource for supporting, promoting, and growing DC's thriving production community. Everyone at IMG is really proud to be aligned with this important organization. Our continued partnership runs the gamut from providing a home for monthly TIVA board meetings, to hosting and participating in seminars and educational workshops, to contributing in various ways to the Peer Awards each year. IMG is a team of 55 dedicated individuals who come together each and every day to create game-changing work. And we understand the importance of supporting our friends and colleagues who make up this exceptional creative community. So this honor really recognizes all of us at IMG, including IMG President and CEO Jeff Weingarten, the guy at the top that makes it all happen, Senior Account Executive Tim Lorenz, a longtime TIVA supporter and stalwart, who's probably enjoying an Icelandic beer while taking in the Northern Lights right about now. If you're friends with Tim on Facebook, you'll see all those pictures. As well as our industrious operations team who help organize various TIVA programming and functions in IMG, as well as our talented artists and technicians who TIVA has graciously recognized with peer awards over the years. As a veteran of over 40 years in DC's media production community, all of us at IMG are really thrilled to be associated with TIVA and the vital work the organization continues to put forward. So we thank you for this honor and look forward to our continued partnership for years to come. Thanks.
There you go. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Interface Media Group. Yes. Let's welcome to the stage our next presenter, former Board of Directors member, Peer Awards Chair, Carl Randolph.
So let's salute the independent spirit in the room, shall we? Right. In the independent short film category, we have a pair of awards. When you hear your name, come on up. Dawn Michelle Morgan and Andrea Keebler, please head up here. Also joining them, William R. Coughlin and Lee Perna of Tohu Bohu Productions. And a bronze award goes to Dawn Michelle Morgan and Andrea Keebler for Emily's Braces. And we're going to honor William R. Coughlin and Lee Perna and the folks at Tohu Bohu Productions with a silver award for The Rest of Your Life. So as you know, not all media is meant to be merely consumed. Sometimes it's meant to stir us into action. For the category Interactive Media, can we have Jordana Well, Troy Dubsnek, Rob Cloutier, Tim Lorenz, and Claire Cunningham come on down? You're receiving a gold award for the Berlin Wall Virtual Reality Experience.
More than 300 million pounds of concrete, 12 feet high, 28 miles long. It separated East from West, brothers from sisters, freedom of expression from the confines of oppression.
Findet ihn!
Thank you for being a part of history. We hope you've enjoyed the Berlin Wall VR experience.
Sometimes you just have to do it live. Tonight's sponsor for live event is Quince Imagining. Let's take a look at what they do. Our live event category features one award winner. Will Brian Wilbur Grunstrom, Todd Clark, Max Kuzmiak, and Carlos Gonzalez Fernandez please join us on stage? A bronze award goes to these gentlemen for Children of Zeus for Orchestra and Chorus by Brian Wilbur Grunstrom, world premiere performance. Congratulations. Back to you, Lamont.
16 years ago, our next speaker created the international phenomenon known as the 48-hour film project. Please welcome to the stage Mark Rubert.
Bonsoir tous. Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing this evening? It's really an honor for me to be here. I'm a proud member of TIVA and appreciate all the great work that TIVA does for our professional community. I've been asked to tell you a little bit about the 48-hour film project. How many 48-hour film alumni do we have out there? All right. Back in 2001, 10 intrepid filmmakers decided to see if it was even possible to make a film in only 48 hours. Back in those days, editing on a computer was brand new for the average filmmaker, and in fact, one of the films was edited the old-fashioned way, tape to tape. That very evening that they submitted their films, we screened them at the old Visions Cinema on Florida Avenue, and the rest, as they say, is history. If you fast forward 16 years, we're now in 120 cities around the world. We're on all 6 continents, and this weekend in Mexico City, we set a new world record with 215 teams competing. So. To date, we've had more than 50,000 films made in the 48-hour film project. We've screened at dozens of film festivals, including South by Southwest and the Cannes Film Festival. And in fact, this year in Cannes, one of our 48-hour films was selected from more than 2,000 short films for special distribution. So we're really hitting a lot of milestones. But above all, what the 48-hour film project is about is the opportunity for filmmakers, their colleagues, their friends to come together to show their creativity and to be recognized for it, much as we're doing here at the Peer Awards. It's a great community building experience because it's not just your film team, but you're getting to meet and see the work of other filmmakers in your area. Our competition has inspired not only friendships and collaborative partnerships, but even more than a dozen marriages. So it's quite a phenomenon. I really appreciate everything that TIVA does for our community, as I said before. For those of you who are not TIVA members, I cannot stress it enough that you join this great organization. And I want to thank TIVA for all their great support over the years and encourage each of you to make a 48-hour film this year. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Let's get back to the awards. Let's welcome back Carl Randolph to the stage.
Ooh, well. So, 4 categories and 5 winners, but 11 awards. It's the acting voiceover categories, sponsored by Producers Handy Dandy. Let's take a look.
There is no end without a beginning.
To keep students
to
abreast.
appreciate what we
Prepare
do.
to be
Your
mesmerized.
local American Red
America's transportation system.
DAV
has helped veterans. Hospitals know
Talk to your
that. What
kids
do
about
we
how
actually
the sun
know?
is a prime source of far as the eye can
to a
see.
new reality.
Let's welcome our golden-voiced colleagues. Melissa Liebert, Catherine Clavana, Christopher Walker, Sheldon Smith, and Don Hagen up to the stage. Our next category is acting voiceover, long-form female. We have 5 awards. So I guess we need to get started, eh? Melissa Liebert of Melissa Voice Incorporated has earned a pair of bronze awards for Acres for America, National Fish and Wildlife Foundation, Walmart, and NASA's Fire, Ice, and Safer Skies. Also, Catherine Clavana gets a bronze award for FCA Recall Video. A silver award goes to Melissa Liebert, come on back, for KG's Aurora. And finally, a gold award for, you guessed it, Melissa Liebert for Mad Zero.
This is all good news, but it's not good enough. It's not good enough because every year, drunk driving injures 290,000 people. It's not good enough because every year, drunk driving takes 10,000 lives. It's not good enough because it isn't zero. But we know that we can get to zero, and it starts with you. When you work with MAD, you're part of the campaign to eliminate drunk driving. The campaign has 4 initiatives.
Our next category, acting voiceover long-form male. We have 3 awards split between Christopher Walker and Sheldon Smith. Christopher Walker has earned a pair of bronze awards. First for his work in Disappeared Bridge Too Far. His second one, Shadow of Doubt 208. Sheldon Smith gets a silver award for his work as the narrator of Hunt for the USS Scorpion. Well, I certainly hope Melissa didn't go too far, because you've got 2 more awards coming your way. In the category of acting voiceover spot female, Melissa receives a bronze award for her work in Lincoln Center at the Movies. And the Mad Zero campaign, Melissa receives another bronze. So it's my understanding Don's not here tonight, but if he were here, he'd be up here for quite a while. And it would have been well worth his while, because we'd like to give him another award in the category of acting voiceover spot male. For The Gift of Hope, Don receives a gold award.
Handmade gifts, store-bought gifts, Secret Santa gifts, and holiday gifts. Then there is the gift of hope, the gift we're giving in honor of everyone we work for and with. In the spirit of your mission and ours, we have made a donation to Generation Hope.
So, Melissa, come on back this way. You may want to just hang out for a little while, I don't know. Melissa, you've earned a gold award in the category Radio Spot Female for your work on Save the Children Action Network.
When we send leaders to Washington, their first job is to keep us safe, but we expect them to uphold American values too. the Statue of Liberty's torch welcomes refugees yearning to breathe free. The president's ban extinguishes that light for those who need America most. Millions of refugees from Syria have lost everything, fled unspeakable atrocities, and have nowhere to call home. Thousands are hoping to settle in America and start new lives. These refugees, mostly women and children, are being terrorized. They're not terrorists. Senator Claire McCaskill understands. She stood against the refugee ban. She's helping to protect vulnerable children.
For our next category, we want to present a pair of awards to Don for the category Book Narration Male. Don is receiving a bronze and a silver award for his work on The Whole Way Home and The Midnight Cool, respectively. Our next speaker went from being a combat medic to being behind a camera. Ladies and gentlemen, Francis Cheever, President of Veterans in Media and Entertainment.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Merci beaucoup to our fabulous hosts. I would like to congratulate all of the winners this evening. I would also like to thank Todd for the opportunity he's given me to come here tonight to introduce Veterans in Media and Entertainment, the DC chapter, to your community to help build and support a more fully engaged and healthy community. I am a soldier for life. Instead of doing my work in combat boots for 32 years, I now get to continue my work in heels. Sometimes it's difficult to break old habits, so I am wearing my military regulation pumps. 5 years ago, I was part of the launch of VME, formerly Veterans in Film and Television, in Los Angeles, a grassroots, boots-on-the-ground effort that has us at 3,000 strong. In the last 12 months, VME placed 52 veterans into jobs in the entertainment industry, and 74 of our members were cast in television, film, and commercials. Over the past 5 years, VME has successfully placed qualified veterans in entertainment industry internships, studying film at universities and colleges for film and other entertainment areas, including business, finance, and accounting. We have guest speakers, and VME hosts regular guest speaker events, roundtables, classes, workshops, and panels. We have allied with industry partners and nonprofits such as Lionsgate, Fox, NBC, Disney, CBS, National Alliance of Latino Independent Producers, HBO, just to name a few. As the director of VME DC, my mission is to facilitate opportunities for our creative veterans. I can't do that without all of you. Seriously, how amazing is it that I am here today on Veterans Day? Thank you. I'd like you to know that within our ranks, we have commitment, dedication, and unique skill sets that our service members are praised for, highly sought after in the civilian sector. I would like to recognize those who have served, sacrificed, past, present, and future, starting with my VME family. Back there, we have a table that has writers, directors, producers, photographers, actors, Leo, Brian, Buzz, Beniza, Dawn. I can't see you because I can't remember all your names, but I'm going to ask you to please stand up and be recognized. They also have family members that are with them. I would also like to ask Roland Waddell from Inalab to please stand. Roland has given many of us, at least a handful of veterans from VME, opportunities to work in our industry. So he can attest to the greatness of our veterans. So, as I stated, I'd like to honor and respectfully for all our veterans that have served past, present, and future. So right now, if there are any active duty members, can you please stand up? If we have any reservists in this, please stand up. If there are any veterans, please stand up. If you are a spouse, a child, a family member, please stand up. If you are a friend or know anybody that is in the military, please stand up. Ladies and gentlemen, they say that the problem is with the military and civilian divide. I'm here to say that there is no divide. If there is anybody still seated, whoever is standing, please reach down and shake their hand and introduce yourself and be part of our family. We are now all part of something greater than self. I thank you, God bless, and have a great evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Francis, and thank you, Carl. Now, several weeks ago, while Vietnam, the PBS, Ken Burns' PBS version of Vietnam was on the air, my father called me up and said, "Son, you're not the only one on TV and film." He said, "I was just watching Ken Burns, episode 8, about 4 minutes in, and I saw myself." And he had no idea.
As a matter of fact, I think it ought to be some goddamn Lord up on them goddamn flags, man. The Confederacy is gone, man.
If you watch it, that episode 8 dealt with how Vietnam was a reflection of America at the time, and those individuals that went to Vietnam brought America with them. And this particular segment is about how racism came with them also. And these two gentlemen, my dad on the left, are pointing at a Confederate flag in front of the base exchange in Vietnam, saying, "Why in the hell is this here?" And watch that episode. But it was, he doesn't even remember, well, when he saw it, somebody taking a photo came back to him and he remembers that moment. But he's 82 now and he was in his early 30s there. He's a veteran of Vietnam, 30 years in the United States Navy, CIA, and retired from DIA, Defense Intelligence Agency. So I honor my father, and I honor all veterans today on Veterans Day. Back to awards. Welcome back to the stage, Mark McKinnon.
We have a duel of peer awards to present to the achievements in the overall directing category. So let's invite to the stage Tracy Brown and Andrew Shakeman. Let's also welcome Rocket Media Group and the FBI. First, in directing fiction, a silver award to Rocket Media Group and the FBI for Redemption. In our directing nonfiction category, OCC Leadership, Innovation, and Change Through the Years from Tracy Brown and Andrew Shankman earns a Silver Award. We've got another big category, editing. Here is who we need to come on up. William R. Coughlin and Brad Hartland of Tohu Bohu Productions. Tracy Brown, Jonathan Ginsberg, and representatives of Rocket Media Group and the FBI. Gary Brooks of Gallaudet University, Bill Davis, and Rob Reinders. In editing and fiction, a bronze goes to William R. Coughlin and Brad Hartland of the Tohu Bohu Productions for The Rest of Your Life. Our next category is editing nonfiction. We have a bronze, 3 silvers, and 2 golds. Tracy Brown, you've been awarded with bronze for OCC Leadership, Innovation, and Change Through the Years. Our first silver award goes to Gary Brooks of Gallaudet University for America's Founders, Friends of the Deaf. Tracy Brown has doubled up on awards, this time with a silver award for Snowmass Club promotional video. Bill Davis, Director of Creative Editing, nabs a silver award for The Making of the Vietnam War, a film by Ken Burns and Lynn Novick. And gilded with gold is Jonathan Ginsberg and his Power Season 4 red carpet premiere.
You are not going to believe how great Season 4 is. Get ready.
Right now we're lucky and blessed to be in Washington, D.C.
We are celebrating the fact that people really love the show and they dig it. Like, I can't wait for the fan reactions to a lot of the roller coaster kind of oh shizzle moments we have.
I didn't do this.
And with another gold, Rocket Media Group FBI put together Active Shooter, Managing the Mass Casualty Threat.
What I found on scene is I couldn't even use my cell phone to call the chief or to contact my other PIO because it was just ringing off the hook. And he was, of course, experiencing the same thing. So we got to the point where our cell phones were useless. And early on, I remember asking for spare cell phones that we could use to be able to call command personnel that we needed to speak to. What I realized later is that I could have put on a do not disturb feature, which would have helped immensely that night, because there's no way that we could have fielded all those calls.
Concluding the editing category is Editing Spot PSA Commercial. Rob Reinders worked on PBS Kids' Try This at Home running, and he's now earned the Silver Award for it. Proving that promoting work is as much as artwork as itself, we have the Program Series Promo category, in which we have 1 gold award. To the stage, let's have Dennis Jacobson and Bill Davis. Working as the Director of Audio and Director of Creative Editing, Dennis Jacobson and Bill Davis, respectively, are being honored with the Gold Award for their work on The Vietnam War, a film by Ken Burns and Lynn Novick. Series Cell Remember.
When we approached the target, coming down from altitude, it was obvious that they could pick us up on their radar. I remember my knees shaking, and I was saying, holy smokes, I'm going into war. This is war. I was a bit scared. Once we went in, and they started firing at us,
Sometimes starting is the hardest part. In the Program Open category, we have one award. Will Double R Productions join me at the stage? In the category Program Open under $10,000, Double R Productions is awarded a bronze award for DC's Panorama Open. The folks from Double R can stay up here with me. Come on back. Because in the category of foreign language, they've won a bronze award for Adriana Espilat, NAB PSA Spanish. Please welcome back to the stage TIVA President Todd Clark.
So we've reached a point in the program that I thought about carefully this spring. I've been a resident of Washington, D.C. for about 20 years. I moved here in 1989. And I think the story that I'm about to tell, it's a short story, has been repeated by anyone who's been a D.C. resident, a longtime D.C. resident. And that is this. There was an individual who told the news. He became a beloved storyteller, friend to the community. I want to use the word hero, but somehow it both fits and doesn't fit, but I want to use the word legacy, because this individual, I think, touched lives in ways that like no other has done in a long time. And so I asked the board to think about considering honoring for our distinguished Steve Wallace Community Service Award, Jim Vance. And go back up. Yeah. So the Community Service Award was initiated about 3 years ago for Steve Wallace, who owned a production company and did a lot of philanthropic pro bono work in the community. And it states the following. The Steve Wallace Community Service Award recognizes an individual whose professional work is noted for its merits of outstanding philanthropy and charity, who has a track record of giving back to the community through their pro bono leadership and their work, who is known for their distinguished work ethic, their unyielding honesty, their generosity of spirit for and within the region's media production community. That person is Jim Vance. Let's take a look at a video put together by Channel 4.
We did the story in our 6 o'clock broadcast and never know it's going to be amusing or terrifying. And I'm Jim Vance.
Here's the Jim Vance you knew for 48 years. That smooth voice and calm presence that made us all feel like no matter how bad the news was, we would be okay. Over the years, Vance was who he was. You probably know a lot about him already. He wasn't shy about sharing. You know he rode motorcycles. He liked cars and fishing and sports and mixing it up with whomever was reporting on sports.
What did he say?
Vance always had a way with kids. Before becoming a journalist, he was a teacher in his hometown of Philadelphia. He started reporting here in 1969. But from the start, the bosses knew they had an anchor in the making. He made a name for himself covering stories all over the world: Vietnam, El Salvador, South Africa. But he didn't have to go far for some of his best work, reporting on the people right here in his adopted hometown of Washington. Think about every event, every big story that's happened here over the last 48 years. Vance covered it all. The race riots on U Street and in Columbia Heights, the plane that crashed into the 14th Street Bridge, Watergate, the attempted assassination of President Reagan, 9/11. He covered inaugurations for 12 presidents and all 7 of Washington's mayors. In 1977, Vance was the guy the Hanafi Muslims asked to speak to the night they seized 3 buildings in town. And he was the first journalist Marion Barry called after he was arrested in 1990. Vance interviewed every president, some at the White House, others on a fishing boat, and he gave his view with a dose of reality that could be refreshing, even if you didn't agree with him. Vance had some dark times here too, and some struggles of his own that are well known. But he came out of those a better person and always used the lessons he had to learn the hard way to try to make life better for students trying to navigate their own paths. It was just a few months ago that Vance told us he had cancer. And as we tried to hold our emotions in check, Vance reminded us about the incredible life he's lived.
The blessings never stop flowing.
The last time Vance was in public was when they put him on a mural at Ben's Chili Bowl just a few weeks ago. He's received so many honors and awards over the years, but you could tell this one was special.
What an honor.
And all of you meant so much to him too. He never grew tired of reminding himself where he came from.
Hello, I'm Jim Vance.
And how lucky he was to be invited into your homes for so many decades.
So please put your hands together and welcome to the stage Kathy Vance.
Thank you. Bittersweet seeing that video. I actually was with Vance on most of those stories that you saw in there. For many years, I had the privilege of helping Vance craft his video and his words. Not that he needed me. As you all know, he was one of Washington's most gifted wordsmiths. But as his writer, producer, and of course as his wife, it was my job to tell him what he was supposed to say, because that's what writers, producers, and spouses do. Since he's not here with us tonight, I am channeling him to tell me what he would say if he were here. And what I'm hearing him say is, well, all right, and thank you kindly. What an honor to receive the Steve Wallace Award that you've given to my husband. I accept it on behalf of the entire Vance family, Amani, Brendan, and his beautiful daughter, Dawn, who is sitting right over there at table 3. As Vance's family, we witnessed firsthand his dedication to being the finest journalist he could possibly be, and at every turn to do whatever he could to uplift and share the gifts he had with the community that he loved so much. So it means so much to us that you all see what we saw and have chosen to recognize that. I know that Vance would be especially humbled that the award given, this award is given in the name of Steve Wallace, who is respected, admired, and revered by all of you here for his charitable giving and commitment to his craft. I know this because despite Vance's bigger-than-life persona and 48 years as a daily fixture in the homes of most of Washington, he always felt that he could and should do more. Receiving this award would only have motivated him to do just that, strive to be more like Steve and all the others in this room and in this industry who do and give so much in the name of truth-telling, telling the stories that need to be told, and helping all of us to better know the people we share this planet with. So thank you, TIVA, and all of its members for this very special honor. And at a time when the media is on the defensive, I invoke what I know would be Vance's words once more. Continue to have the courage to put yourself out there, do what you do it well, and thank you kindly.
Thank you, Kathy Vance and Todd Clark. I'm a transplant to the DC area, and Jim Vance was there the whole time I've been there. And he was the coolest cat. I mean, he kept it real. Talk about keep it real. He invented keeping it real. And so that I really feel this evening is complete and centered, honoring the enduring legacy of Jim Vance. At this time, please welcome back Deborah Ayarande.
Beautiful tribute. Let's head down the runway for a few more award presentations. Could Kevin Barker, Jim Tolson head this way? In color grading, we are honoring our first recipients. Kevin and Jim with Faction are being awarded the bronze for Dr. Oakley, Yukon Vet, Season 3. Congratulations. And the silver award goes to Kevin Barker for Sacred Steel Bikes. Our motion graphics 2D, 3D category is sponsored by Pigmental. Let's take a look at their reel. like to invite Brian Monroe, Tiffany Lewis, Rob Kramer, Sarah Wides, and Justin Kelly, and 522 Productions to the stage. For the motion graphics 2D, 3D category for budgets between $10,000 and $25,000, we've got one of each, a bronze, a silver, and a gold. Brian Monroe, you've received a bronze award for Electric Wind of Venus. For Mercatus, Scope of Practice Laws, a silver award goes to 522 Productions. And the gold, and with the gold, congratulations to Tiffany Lewis, Rob Kramer, Sarah Wides, and Justin Kelly for their efforts on A Dream of Safety.
Born in the decade of the 80s, researched in the 90s and early 2000s, and applied in the 21st century. It's sort of the vision of one man, but he didn't really realize how far his vision was going to take the industry. The Business Roundtable had a construction committee, which I served on, and one of the CEOs said, hey, let's start recognizing safety excellence.
We have a medley of award winners in the music category. So we'll have a full stage. Please welcome up here Royal Media Baker and Hill National Geographic Kids, Griffin McCahill, Cash V. Romani, Sarah Catherine Mackle, and Katie Beth Hall. Brian Wilbur Grunstrom, Hannah Looney, Sarah Siegel, Logan McKenna Brown, Megan Arnold, and David Mason III. Deandra Welch, Johnston Jen, Roberto DeKeko, Catherine Vale, and Peyton Shahan. We would also like to welcome Mary Rodriguez, Robert Creeling, Shelby Giddings, Chuck Whalen, Tree Lee, and Kai Wang. Two of you have earned awards in the category of Music Original Score. Let's find out who it is. Griffin McCahill, Cash V. Romani, Sarah Mackle, and Katie Beth Hall, come get your bronze awards for Rock Lives Matter. And with the silver award, Royal Media Baker and Hill National Geographic Kids for Weird But True, You Must Be Giraffe Tall. They say video killed the radio star, but it certainly didn't kill creativity. In the category music video, we have a pair of bronzes and a gold. First, the bronzes. Hannah Looney, Sarah Siegel, Logan McKenna Brown, Megan Arnold, and David Mason III. You've earned a bronze award for your video, Gone. Another bronze goes to Deandra Welch, Johnston Jen, Roberto DeKeko, Catherine Vale, and Peyton Shahan for Peculiar Spring, The Red Telephone. Finally, Mary Rodriguez, Robert Krylan, Shelby Giddings, Chuck Whalen, Tree Lee, and Kay Wang. Congratulations to you all for your gold award for Peculiar Spring, The Red Telephone.
Escapes me sometimes, just escapes me sometimes in the dream time. In the dream time.
And Brian, come get your Gold Award for Children of Zeus for Orchestra and Chorus by Brian Wilbur Grunstrom, World Premiere Piece and Performance.
Hello, everybody. I'm here to present the Distinguished Service Award, which is sponsored this year by R Productions, and let's take a look at their reel first. Thank you. This award, the Distinguished Service Award, is given to somebody in our community who has provided a positive influence and impact on TIVA. Strong leadership qualities that have impacted the production community and TIVA's mission. Outstanding works of merit and distinction that have made a difference. A sterling reputation as a producer, a director, a teacher, an educator. Many people know Tim Flaherty as the Peer Awards facilitator, the judges and the facilitator for the judges. But folks may not know that he's been with TIVA for a long time. He's been the programming director, he's programming chair, he's been a vice president, he's been a president. He continually uses the I-Forum not only to provide information, but to ask for information, to ask for help. He's also wrangled the people to go to the baseball team, and I think he epitomizes what TIVA is. So without further ado, please, let's welcome Tim Flaherty for the Outstanding Award. Thank you, Tim.
I've known Tim Flaherty for over 20 years, and in that time, there is no telling how many people he has influenced with his vision and his creativity, from Southern Maryland to Washington, D.C. to Virginia and all places in between. Creative television, amazing filmography. He's just a terrific man all the way around.
Tim is a very competent producer. He has a lot of connections with a lot of people, so he's able to leverage them for projects, which is great.
I think anything Tim touches turns to gold. He's a great producer, he's a terrific director, he's a marvelous educator. I mean, and he's a fabulous volunteer, as has been evidenced by the stamp that he has put on TIVA and the great work that he has done.
I first met Tim Flaherty in 2002 when he walked into the booth at the GV Expo and knew nothing about the organization. However, I knew right away that he would make a major impact because he was just that kind of go-getter and participatory type of guy.
With the Peer Awards, Tim has been the chair of the judging committee for, gosh, at least the last 6 years, as I remember. And it can often be like herding cats, getting your facilitators together, getting the judges, having everybody report on time.
So when I found out that Tim had won the Distinguished Service Award for TIVA, it came as no surprise to me. You see, I've known Tim for over 30 years, and I know when he puts his hands into something, he digs pretty deep, and he generally takes it to the next level.
Congratulations on this award, Tim Flaherty. I can't think of anybody who is more deserving. You are such a hard worker, you're so creative, and this is absolutely a wonderfully well-deserved award. Congratulations, my friend.
Congratulations, Tim.
Congratulations on receiving your award, Tim.
Tim, the Distinguished Service Award. You deserve it. Congratulations.
Congratulations, Tim, on receiving this great award. You're the man.
Tim, I want to say heartfelt congratulations on the TIVA Distinguished Service Award. You certainly deserved it. Thank you for your friendship over the years. I thank you for all the hard work you've done for TIVA and for just making this a great organization.
Well, thank you very much. It's overwhelming to be recognized by a group such as this, so many talented and hardworking people in this community. I do want to thank some people. Many of them are here tonight, judges and facilitators for the TIVA Peer Awards. We cannot do it without you. We cannot do it without Jim Pennington, who's our data wrangler for all of the entries. So thank you very much, Jim. Thank you, judges and facilitators. You know, we have such a robust community here as far as networking. And I don't think it exists in other markets. I really don't. When you look at TIVA-DC, women in film, DC filmmakers, we have so many opportunities, and the list goes on. There's so many opportunities here to network, to mentor, to collaborate, and this is how we create opportunities. This is how we create business for the content community. And this is how we renew our creative spirit. So I urge you to keep supporting this organization and the others in town. And most of all, be engaged, because we all benefit, and that's how we make things happen. Thank you very much.
Ready for our commercial category winners? Let's welcome to the stage Rob Kramer, James Favada, Sarah Wilds, Justin Kelly, and James Louisu, as well as Duo Media Productions. We have a silver award for budgets under $10,000. Duo Media Productions, congratulations. A silver award for your work on MNC PPC summer programs. And for commercial 10,000 and over, there's one bronze award. It goes to Rob Kramer, James Favada, Sarah Wides, Justin Kelly, and James Louisu for Know Your Enemy. So, as we all know, giving back is rewarding, but it can also be awarding. For pro bono, we have a pair of bronze winners. Could I have the following folks downstage? Cheryl Jacobs Krim and Duo Media Productions. Yeah, come on back, Duo. Duo Media Productions, well done for your bronze award for World Benzodiazepine Awareness Day. And Cheryl, your bronze award for Trump Care Sit-In. So we're up to Director of Photography, which means we're in the home stretch, folks. So, for our final set of peer awards, in the categories Director of Photography, Fiction, and Nonfiction, we have 4 award winners in all 3 medals. I'd like to invite to the stage representatives from the Rocket Media Group and Federal Bureau of Investigation, Dennis Bonney and Tracy Brown. In the Director of Photography Fiction category, please congratulate Rocket Media Group, and Federal Bureau of Investigation for their Silver Award for Redemption. And we've got a trio award winners in the nonfiction realm. With a bronze award, Dennis Bonney of Bonney Productions for Iroquois Valley Farms Impact Us. And another award for Dennis, this time a silver award for #George Washington. And finally, our highest award, a gold, goes to Tracy Brown for her work on the Belmont Country Club promotional video. Tracy, his!
Strategically placed with commanding views of the Virginia countryside, Belmont sets the standard for private clubs with a courtly sense to fit any occasion. Of your adventure lies the Manor House.
Boy, I like that enthusiasm. That was all right. Congratulations. Each year we have announced categories, but sometimes no selections for recognition. TIVA honors all of the hard work that went into these productions. This year, those categories include web series, 3 entries, student production, fiction, 1 entry. Acting on camera, fiction, male, 3 entries. Acting on camera, fiction, female, 2 entries. Acting on camera, nonfiction, female, 1 entry. Audio narration, male, 1 entry. Visual effects, 1 entry. Motion graphics, 2D, 3D animation under 10K, 1 entry. Motion graphics, 2D, 3D animation over 25K, 1 entry. Script writing, fiction, 2 entries. Sound design, 5 entries. Sound mixing, 5 entries. Stunts, 3 entries, might have been 4, but maybe they broke a leg or something. For the Best of DC Award, I would like to bring Todd Clark back to the stage.
All right, we all know this means it's the end of the night and the beginning of your challenge to continue being good storytellers, authentic, filled with integrity and value. Those seriously sound like Hallmark card attributes, but in these days, these times, holding them fast, having them in ample store, having them in reserve, necessary, hopeful, and needful. So with that, the Best of DC Award is this year sponsored by the Office of Cable Television, Film, Music, and Entertainment. Been a great friend of DC great friend of TIVA for many, many years as we've been in DC. But we have some nominees for our Best of. And they begin with Wedding Wire. Excellent. And they include Active Shooter.
Police arrived on the scene 90 seconds after the first 911 call.
Team 6, we got another person outside shot in the leg, a female. I got people running out of the theater that are shot.
Get us some damn gas masks for Theater 9. We can't get in it.
And it includes Making of Vietnam.
When we approached the target, coming down from altitude, it was obvious that they could pick us up on their radar. I remember my knees shaking, and I was saying, holy smokes, I'm going into war. This is war. I was a bit scared.
Now I'm hoping I can get at least one hoop or holler out of this. The next nominee for Best of is Belmont.
Strategically placed with commanding views of the Virginia countryside, Belmont sets the standard for private clubs with a courtly sense to fit any occasion. At the heart of your adventure lies the Manor House.
And our last two nominees, second to last, is Redemption. Zinte.
Something I want to show you boys.
What the hell is that?
Tree of Liberty must be refreshed from time to time.
And our last nominee for Best of is Metrology.
Here at DCC, we train students to become the next generation of specialized inspectors in high-precision manufacturing environments. Students will acquire skills like blueprint reading, geometric tolerancing, inspecting parts to blueprints, CMM programming, CMM operation, and many other inspection skills. When I interviewed for the job here and walked through the building and saw the equipment, I immediately knew this is what doing it right looks like.
And so, before I announce the recipient of our Best of DC Award, I'd like to ask our good friends at the DC Chamber of Commerce, Vincent Orange, to come on up to announce who our recipient is for this year. Mr. Vincent Orange, do you know who is the recipient of the Best of DC Award?
I do. But first of all, let's give them all a round of applause for a great job, right? And to make sure that I don't screw this up, the Best DC Award goes to Wedding Wire.
I guess the only thing I can say is nothing great is ever done by one person, so I want to thank everybody that was involved. Anna was amazing in this. Everybody at table 9 and 10 over there. Awesome job. And thanks, DC.
Thank you.
So that really does conclude our program for 2017. I just want to say thank you, everyone, for being patient, for being supportive, and for being here. This is a big undertaking. You know, as everyone knows, the TIVA board is made up of non-paid members. Another word for us is volunteers. So we work hard to put on the spectacular and try to make it work. And I want to just give a shout out to our technical crew in the back who soldiered through, made things happen. Glenn, Benji, they're all standing up and waving and saying hello. Sound guys, everyone did a great job. Thank you for coming to the 2017 TIVA Peer Award.